CR 12495.
All right, guys, we are back at it. Here we go. It is verdict time. I was over here eating my lunch, and the jury decided to make a decision. So we are going to go ahead and get right into it. I'm not going to waste any more of y'all's time. If you could, y'all know what to do. Make sure you like the video on your way in. We are going to get right into it. All right, so here we have it. We are finally going to hear what the verdict will be in this Tay-K trial. It's looking at a lot of time. Let's see what the jury said. Y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments and in the chat.
CR 12495, State versus Tamar McIntyre. Could I have parties announced for the record, please?
John Hunter, Thomas Lane, for Mr. McIntyre, Your Honor.
Here we
All
go.
right. It's the court's understanding from the deputy that a verdict has been reached in this case. This is what I'm going to tell all the parties who are.
And actually, hold on a second, y'all. Let me go ahead and switch over to the better coverage here. Here we go.
John?
There we go.
All right, we are on the record in 2019 CR 12495, State versus Tamar McIntyre. Could I have parties announced for the record, please?
Jason, go ahead and make a Galloway for the state, Your Honor.
John Hunter, Thomas Lane, for Mr. McIntyre, Your Honor.
All right, it's the court's understanding from the deputy that a verdict has been reached in this case. This is what I'm going to tell all the parties who are present in this courtroom. There's not to be any outbursts. If there's an outburst, what's going to end up happening is a deputy is going to tap you on the shoulder. There's no need to get into a conversation with the deputy. That tap on the shoulder is meaning that you are to leave this courtroom, and you will only be allowed back in this courtroom if you're going to be a witness. Does everyone understand?
Here we go.
Yes, sir.
Is there anyone who cannot do that? So, both parties for the state and the defense, if you need to talk to members who are currently in court that are either with the state or defense, you may do so now. Otherwise, I'm going to bring the jury in.
I think everyone knows to be on their best behavior, Your Honor.
All right, let's bring the jurors in.
All right, for the jury.
This is it, the moment of truth. What is the verdict going to be? Wow.
All right, everyone, please be seated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's my understanding that you've reached a verdict in this case. Is that correct?
Yes.
And is that verdict unanimous?
Yes.
All right, if you will give
Okay.
the verdict form to Deputy
No
Laura,
hung
please.
jury.
Thank you. All right, if the defendant could please stand.
Oh, man.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Tamar McIntyre, not guilty of the offense of capital murder. What did I, excuse me, no. No, out of the courtroom. Out of the courtroom now.
Yes.
I did it again.
All right,
Hold it.
ladies and gentlemen, you don't ignore that. Sometimes, as you can tell, people are invested, correct? So it says, we, the jury, find the defendant, Tamar McIntyre, not guilty of the offense of capital murder as charged in the indictment. We, the jury, find the defendant, Tamar McIntyre, guilty of the lesser included offense of murder.
There
Does
it is.
anyone wish to have the jury polled?
Not the state, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and do you want them polled as to both counts?
As to the count of conviction, Your Honor.
All right, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen,
Wow.
I'm going to ask you if, in count 2, the guilty verdict for murder, if that is your verdict. If that is your verdict, I'm going to need you to respond yes. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
So we'll start on this end and work our way down. Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
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 Is this your verdict?
They're alternates.
Oh, yes.
Alternate.
All right. Back row.
Yes, sorry.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
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 All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen now is
we
I'm
go.
going to allow you all to have your recess for lunch, and then we'll begin the second phase of the trial. All right? Everyone, please rise for the jurors.
Yeah, they weren't asking for the death penalty anyway. So just to be clear, they were not asking for the death penalty in this case.
All right, everyone, please be seated.
Wow.
So what we will do is I think if we all come back at 2 p.m., that should give everybody a chance to have whatever witnesses they need to have present. So we'll come back at 2 p.m. for the second phase of the trial.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
There it is. That's tough, man. So we're going to look at and talk about the differences here. But, wow. Some of y'all voted the right way. Guilty on one count. 11% of you got it. So he was found not guilty on capital murder, guilty on murder. Now, the second phase, obviously, we're going to have to see what comes out of that. Judge Boyd said they're going to be back. What time did she say? 2? So I guess they'll be back around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But, what do y'all think about this, man? Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments and in the chat. I think with the capital murder charge, it goes into what we were talking about throughout this trial. Did the evidence show that? Wow, it's gonna be tough. This is gonna be a tough one. I highly doubt that they appeal, and I want to see what the major differences are between the capital murder and the murder. If my guess, it has to go into the intent behind it, and that's where the capital murder comes in. But we'll get into that shortly. Wow, amazing trial. TK looking like he's not going anywhere anytime soon. We're going to hear and react, obviously, to what Judge Boyd's decision is going to be and what the sentencing will be. I don't know that he gets sentenced today. I find that highly unlikely. So we'll see the sentencing from Judge Boyd at a later date. Y'all know we're going to cover that here. Wow. Let me see what y'all are saying in the chat, man. Thank you to everybody for stopping by. That's crazy. What are y'all saying? I'm proud of you for your growth with your change. Oh, kudos to you and Amy. Oh, thank you, Gigi. He ain't getting out. That's all that matters. Momac said that was my vote, was guilty on one count. Yeah. Let me see. Let's look at these. Let me see if I could tell y'all real quick. All right, here we go. Yeah, obviously they're gonna appeal. So here we go. Murder. A person commits murder if they intentionally or knowingly cause the death of another person, obviously, intended to cause serious bodily harm and commit an act clearly dangerous to human life. that causes death or committed a felony other than manslaughter and someone dies during the commission of or flight from it. First degree felony, penalty 5 to 99 years or life in prison, $10,000 fine. Capital murder. Capital murder is a murder that meets specific aggravating factors, such as victim is a police officer or firefighter on duty. Murder is committed during certain felonies, the robbery. Y'all were talking about that in the chat. They'll be consecutive. Absolutely. they won't be concurrent. I could guarantee you that. No. Judge Boyd is nice, but she ain't that nice. He got to serve all the time for this one. So y'all are saying another 20. Murder for hire, murder of a child under 10 years old, multiple victims, murder of a judge or witness in retaliation, inmate killing another while in prison. Punishment, capital felony. 2 possible outcomes: the death penalty, which the state was not seeking in this case, life in prison without parole. So he's going to be up for parole, a possibility of parole with murder. But they're saying the jury decided that he did this intentionally, but the state was not able to prove that he robbed him. It said under the jail. I think he was trying to scare the kid and accidentally shot him. In the state of Texas, life with parole is 25 years before eligibility for parole. Did anyone else feel like the ex-girlfriend crying wasn't sadness for the victim, but guilt for lying? Can you please explain to me what consecutive and concurrent? Consecutive means that you're going to serve, when it comes to 20, let's say 2 20-year sentences, right? Consecutive means you're going to serve 20 years and then you're going to serve another 20 years, right? Concurrent means that you're going to serve 20 years and then that other 20 years you're going to be serving at the same time you served the first 20 years. So, yeah, he's serving 55 years right now and he's eligible for parole after 28. Yes, exactly. Consecutive on after another, concurrent together. Exactly. Everybody needs to remember he's at fault of 2 people dying. I don't care that he's 16 at the time. That's fair. One is together, the other is after. I think he'll get concurrent. What? Oh, I might have to make a bet with you on that one. Do y'all think it's going to be concurrent? I don't think so. But, well, I mean, we'll see. Because he's eligible for parole after 28 years. I don't think so. I think it's going to be consecutive. Yeah, they're saying no, nope. Not in Judge Boyd's court. Being found guilty of murder, you saying it's going to be... The only way I could see her doing that is because he was so young. But I don't think she's going to give him concurrent. Boyd is ruthless. You never know. They should be concurrent. He was only sick there. Noah's saying it. Yeah, I agree. That's the only way I could see it. 10 years, I think it's possible. I hope he never gets out. Clearly, he's a menace to society. Ugh. Dang. Yeah, I think that's a good point, Noah. And I said, I agree with you. Reyes should be sitting in prison for life. I agree. Jury trial is a gamble for sure. Would be interesting to see her logic on how she came to murder and not capital. It will run together with the 55 years. But then how does that work with probation? So if he's served 55 years and he's eligible for parole after 28, and then so say he gets 20 and he's eligible for parole after 10, would that mean he would have to do, if if they're consecutive, would that mean he'd have to do 38 years and then he's eligible for parole? I know we have some attorneys in here. Y'all let me know. Or some of y'all have been watching these trials longer than I have. So EB says yes, that is the case. So that bumps up his parole, that pushes back his parole date. So he would have to serve, if he, for using the example, if he has to do 20 and he's eligible for parole after 10, then you have to add that 10, and it's consecutive. You have to add that 10 to the other 28 he's serving. So Illinois, it would be a total of 38 years. That makes sense. Well, they include time served, or time already served. In this case, I don't think so. Nikki says yes. Under Texas law, when crimes happen in the same event or are closely connected, the sentences usually run concurrent, not consecutive. Take case murder charges come from the same situation as the robbery. I agree. My nephew's one of them. If you do the crime, gotta do the time. It is what it is. They have so many grounds for appeals, though. Yeah, one of y'all, it was interesting. If you were watching the closing arguments very carefully, when Jerry Goldstein was doing his closing arguments and he ran out of time and he begged the judge, please, can I have more time? Judge's like, nope. He's like, can I have more time? He's like, all right. Well, he turned around and he winked at John Hunter. And a lot of y'all are saying that's a grounds for an appeal because of ineffective counsel. So again, I don't know. I don't want to mess up these Warriors games, so I probably shouldn't be saying this on the live stream, but maybe that was intentional that Jerry went up there and ran out of time so they have grounds for an appeal. Who knows? He shouldn't have been given 55 years in the first case. He did not pull the trigger. Why people freak out when she said not guilty for capital murder? Because they probably thought it was going to be not guilty on all of them. I thought he didn't hear her give the warning time. Y'all want to go back and look at it? I'll show it. I'll show it to you. This live stream is probably over. Punishment phase begins at 2 p.m. Is it 2 p.m. our time or 2 p.m. Texas time? Because that would be 3. I'll go back and show y'all when Jerry turned around and winked at John. Like, yeah, I don't know who he was winking at. Let's see. So that was, yes, that was Friday. Here we go. I'm trying to find closings for y'all. Give me a second. So that wasn't it. Yeah, so it'll be 3 o'clock our time. He will get less than 55 years, less than the 55 years he got before. I think so. Here we go.
I don't think guilty people would be asking for that sort of thing. The spent round, the one spent round found, where was the lead crime scene investigator? Look at it. It tells you that we don't have any obligation to bring in any evidence. Not to call any witnesses. It's the prosecution's burden, a heavy burden. They have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt every element of the offense. Why didn't they bring Jalen Bell?
Time.
I thought I was going to get a warning.
I did.
Didn't hear.
Thank you. All right, State, are you prepared to proceed? You have remaining 16 minutes and 47 seconds.
You know, may I have, I prepared this last night. Can I just have a few minutes?
And yes, y'all are correct. In Texas, the jury will decide what his punishment's going to be.
More.
Now, both sides agreed to 30 minutes. That's what both sides are receiving.
I'm going to beg the court. Can I have 2 minutes?
No. All
Wait
right,
for
Stan,
it.
you ready to proceed?
I saw it. Wait for it right here. Oh. Oh, that was we got the appeal. I don't know. What do y'all think? I'm probably reading into it. Y'all see this right here? He went. Here we go. We got it in there. Why'd he wink at him like that?
You ready to
I'm gonna
proceed?
play it one more time.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh,
This is our second judge who's got.
I don't know. Anyway, appeal should knock off years. No, it's the jury, not the judge. Correct. Yep, the jury decides the punishment. Found that out. I think they didn't prove their case. I agree. They didn't prove it for me either. It's going to be a hung jury. I would have to hear some very convincing arguments to believe, beyond a reasonable doubt. That's the thing. Do I think it's possible? Yeah, of course. Do I think there's reasonable doubt that he's the one that did it? Yeah. Before they went to trial, the defendant can have the jury or the judge with the punishment phase. Yep. And I saw that here as well. The defendant pleads guilty. He would have had to plead guilty, though, from what I understand. Let's see. I like this judge yet. So many sad things with these young people. I mean, you could have. I don't think, if you look at TK's story, I don't think you would believe that things would go this way, but you knew something was going to happen. It was unfortunate. Around 25 to 40 years because he's the only one jailed. The old man needs to retire. Hey, y'all leave Jerry alone, man. Jerry was up there cooking. I thought he didn't hear her give the warning time. He didn't. Allegedly. When I was young, they used to fight it out. Now they use guns like the Wild Wild West. Chanel says, is there a verdict? Yeah, Chanel. Guilty. Not guilty on one, guilty on murder. So he's not guilty on capital murder charges. He's found guilty on murder charges. He's going to trade rap lyrics for soups. Oh, man, that's tough. I think he's going to get 70 years. Oh, my gosh, man. What? Justin, what are you on today? Good Lord, Justin's in there going crazy. In total. Oh, okay, in total. So you're saying he's going to get another 15? I think it'll be more than 15. He's so young. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see. But I don't think we're gonna let's see, that's an hour and a half. Yeah, I'll announce it and we'll do a video on it tomorrow. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all stopping back by too for this quick live stream. I told y'all I was gonna go live if we had a verdict. Again, if you're TK, not what you want to see, maybe the jury will be gracious on him. With it being a jury's decision, this is going to be interesting to see. This is my first time seeing a case where the jury gets to decide the punishment. So let me know what y'all think the decision is going to be in the comments and in the chat. And as always, y'all know what to do. Have a great rest of your afternoon again, and keep growing, keep pushing, keep it classy. We go. Peace.